Imagine a world untouched by human hands. No cities, no machines, no lights, only the raw breath of nature. Earth, billions of years ago, was a planet still finding its identity. The early Earth was hostile, covered in molten rock, oceans of fire, and skies choked with toxic gases. There was no oxygen to breathe, no forest to explore, no animals to hear. Volcanoes roared endlessly, spewing ash into the atmosphere, while meteorites bombarded the surface, shaping the young planet with violence and fire. Yet, within this chaos, the first whispers of life began. In the oceans, simple molecules formed chains, and over millions of years, they evolved into the earliest microorganisms. Tiny cyanobacteria floated across the seas, silently producing oxygen, transforming Earth's atmosphere into something that could one day support complex life. For nearly 3 billion years, Earth was ruled by these microscopic architects, unseen but essential. Without them, there would be no forests, no dinosaurs, no humans. Fast forward hundreds of millions of years, life has taken hold. Towering ferns and giant conifers cover the land, forming vast green kingdoms. Strange insects, some with wingspans as wide as eagles, fill the skies. Then came the giants, the dinosaurs. For more than 165 million years, they ruled the Earth. From the massive, long-necked sauropods that stretched the length of football fields to fierce predators like Tyrannosaurus rex, the land was alive with creatures beyond imagination. But dinosaurs were not alone. Oceans teemed with marine reptiles, plesiosaurs and mosasaurs, while the skies were dominated by pterosaurs, some larger than modern airplanes. Earth was a stage of constant evolution, where survival meant adaptation. Volcanic eruptions reshaped the land, while shifting continents created new oceans and mountain ranges. Earth was dynamic, restless, and alive. And then, 66 million years ago, disaster struck. A massive asteroid crashed into what is now Mexico, triggering global fires, darkness, and the end of the dinosaurs. Yet from this destruction, a new opportunity arose. With the dinosaurs gone, mammals, once small and hidden, began to thrive. They evolved into countless forms: giant ground sloths, saber-toothed cats, and woolly mammoths. These creatures ruled a planet that looked very different from today. During the Ice Ages, enormous sheets of ice covered much of the northern hemisphere. Glaciers carved valleys, shaped mountains, and locked away vast amounts of water, lowering sea levels and connecting continents. Animals adapted to these freezing landscapes: thick fur, massive bodies, and incredible endurance. Forests expanded and retreated with the rhythm of the ice. Grasslands spread, creating habitats for herds of ancient horses, bison, and camels. Meanwhile, birds and reptiles continued to flourish, showing that Earth never stops experimenting with life. But this was still a world without humans. The sounds of wind, rushing rivers, and animal calls filled the silence. Nature balanced itself, unchecked, unchallenged. As we look back, it becomes clear. Earth has always been a world of change. Oceans rose and fell. Continents drifted across the globe. Entire species appeared, thrived, and disappeared, long before humans ever walked the land. Without humans, Earth was a place of balance. Predators and prey, forests and deserts, ice and fire, all coexisted in a constant cycle. Every extinction opened the door for new beginnings. Every catastrophe reshaped the path of life. And even today, the traces of this ancient world remain. Fossils hidden in rocks. DNA passed down through living creatures, the very air we breathe, a gift from microbes billions of years old. So what was Earth before humans? It was a planet of wonder, danger, and transformation, a place where nature wrote the story, and life itself was the author. 4.5 billion years ago, Earth was born from dust and gas surrounding a young sun. It was a violent beginning. Asteroids and comets rained down, shaping the planet with relentless bombardments. The surface glowed with lava seas, and the air was a toxic brew of carbon dioxide, methane, and sulfur. Water arrived through icy comets and volcanic steam, filling basins to form the first oceans. Lightning split the sky. Volcanoes painted the horizon in fire. It was a planet raw, unformed, and dangerous, yet ready for something extraordinary. Deep within the oceans, hydrothermal vents released heat and minerals, creating perfect conditions for chemistry to spark. From simple molecules came the first cells, primitive but revolutionary. Cyanobacteria changed everything. They absorbed sunlight and released oxygen, slowly transforming Earth's atmosphere. What had been poisonous became breathable. For billions of years, life was invisible to the naked eye, tiny, patient, and powerful. These microbes reshaped oceans, skies, and even rocks. Without them, complex creatures could never exist. Around 540 million years ago, something remarkable happened. Life exploded in diversity. Within a geological blink, oceans filled with strange, alien creatures, trilobites with armored shells, giant sea scorpions, and the terrifying Anomalocaris, a predator unlike any seen before. Coral reefs appeared, providing homes for countless species. Food chains grew more complex. For the first time, ecosystems as we know them began to emerge. Earth was still a world of oceans, but it was alive like never before, an underwater theater of survival, competition, and evolution. 400 million years ago, plants made a bold move. They crept from shallow waters onto bare rock, anchoring themselves with roots, reaching skyward with stems and leaves. Soon, lush forests covered the land, changing the atmosphere and stabilizing the climate. Insects followed, buzzing through these primeval jungles. Then came amphibians, the first vertebrates to step onto solid ground. Life was no longer confined to the oceans. The continents themselves shifted, colliding to form massive supercontinents like Pangaea, shaping climates and habitats for the creatures that followed. With time, reptiles took dominance. Dinosaurs rose to power, filling every niche on land, sea, and sky. From colossal sauropods grazing in herds to swift predators stalking prey, they ruled with unmatched diversity. Volcanic activity and continental drift sculpted landscapes, while lush vegetation supported these giants. Meanwhile, flying reptiles soared overhead, and seas were patrolled by powerful marine reptiles. For 165 million years, dinosaurs reigned supreme, longer than humans have even existed. 66 million years ago, an asteroid struck near the Yucatan Peninsula. The impact unleashed energy greater than billions of atomic bombs. Fires consumed forests. Tsunamis swept across oceans. A dark cloud blocked the sun for months, collapsing food chains. Dinosaurs perished, but not all life ended. Small mammals, birds, and resilient plants survived. Out of tragedy came opportunity. This was the dawn of a new age. Mammals diversified, evolving into shapes and sizes never seen before: whales, bats, primates, and more. Earth's climate shifted again. Vast ice sheets spread across continents, shaping valleys, rivers, and mountains. Mammoths, mastodons, and giant sloths roamed these frozen lands. Saber-toothed cats hunted in packs, while herds of bison thundered across grasslands. The world was colder, harsher, but alive with resilience. Birds adapted, reptiles endured, and oceans flourished with whales and dolphins. Glaciers advanced and retreated, carving the face of the Earth into what we recognize today. As we reflect, Earth's history is one of constant transformation. Volcanoes, ice, asteroids, and evolution, forces greater than any kingdom, have shaped its destiny. Before humans, balance ruled. Predators and prey, forests and deserts, oceans and mountains, all existed in cycles of creation and destruction. Every fossil tells a story of survival. Every living species carries a memory of ancient ancestors. The air we breathe, the landscapes we walk upon, the oceans we sail, all are gifts forged long before us. So what was Earth before humans? It was wild. It was untamed. It was beautiful beyond imagination.